All right, here we are, another episode of the Trash Cast with your host Matthias, with the boy,
John.
and a returning boy,
Travis.
Travis. Oh my God, it's been what feels like a year
Been
I know,
lost
right?
in the warp, boys.
since you
Oh,
last
wow.
been here. Well, what was the last time you were here? Like
I don't
chapter
Back when 40K was
salamanders.
balanced.
know. many moons ago.
Yeah.
Back when 40K was balanced. Yeah.
Well, it's good to have you back.
It's good to be back.
I
Yeah.
I wish we had a lot of 40K news to talk about, but unfortunately, you've missed that train. Not too much in the pipe works here.
Yeah. AdMech killed all the news. Shot it
Hey,
dead.
orcs are coming. We're good.
Yeah.
Oh, the orcs are out. We're
Well,
just we're just waiting for the official
some people.
copies.
Yeah. They're spiritually released.
Yeah.
When's my order coming? Let's see. Ships within 6 days. Let's go.
Look at this lucky guy right here.
Oh, did you get the box?
Yeah.
Nice. Nice.
Did your orc friend get the box?
He did not. He went to the store like 3 hours early the morning of, and they only ended up getting 2 copies instead of 4. And
Was that a official GW store? Or was that just a
no,
hobby
that
store?
was a hobby store. Yeah, his local gaming shop.
That's a shame.
Yeah, big rip.
Well, I figured we start with the most depressing news. Obviously something that happened. What, 2 weeks ago? Is when they implemented this order, right?
Oh yeah,
About the
when
fan animations and everything.
Yeah, I think about 2 weeks ago. Sounds about right.
Yeah. That was
Yeah,
2 weeks.
I didn't want to talk about it last week because it didn't affect any channels that I really cared about until TTS got hit. I know John doesn't really care for TTS.
Oh, I hate TTS, so.
Well,
No, I have no problem with people think TTS are cool. Like, actually, let me rephrase that. I have no problem with people who like TTS as long as they actually read the lore. Then you're
oh,
cool. If
okay.
you think TTS is the lore, my gosh, please pick up a book if you want to 40K with me.
Educate yourselves. God.
These plebeians.
Seriously, like in the local GW store, like I think we've had probably 2 Rogel Dorns in the shop from the hobbyist and display, and like a good amount of times people ask, "Hey, where's his beard?" Like he doesn't have a beard. Missing.
Isn't he just in Centurion assault armor? I don't understand.
Actually, someone has asked that. Why is he? Why isn't he in like on Red Nuts? Like, no, he's not.
Isn't he just protecting the Imps?
Yes. This is all facts. I choose to believe it. I will shut out all your lies.
Wait,
Yeah.
so that's my resume for this conversation we're about to have, just so we know where we're at.
It's good.
Yeah, so it's a little bit of a shame. I am sad, but I mean they're not going to fight it, so it's nothing I could really be sad about.
Yeah.
Given because I'm pretty sure everyone knows, at least in YouTube wise, that what they're doing is okay.
Yeah,
Under the Parody Act.
yeah. That's the weird part, because like GW hasn't contacted him at all. He just kind of shut down.
I understand because I mean I did watch his 25-minute response
Yeah,
video.
'cause it was more of a protest, right?
Yeah.
No, not
Bye-bye
really. It was more like a fear thing. Because
Mm,
he's. I mean, I might be wrong in my assumption here, but he's more afraid of GW, uh, taking away everything that he worked hard on, right?
Yeah.
So,
right.
because I mean, GW has with their new animation rules, right? Fan stuff. They could just copyright claim all his stuff.
Right.
Now, granted, GW wouldn't do. I don't think GW would do that because they lose, because UK and US have the pretty much the same laws as it comes to copyright and parody.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But it's more like he's scared because, I mean, he just had a kid and he doesn't want to lose it. He doesn't want to lose all his hard work on this project, which
Right.
Yeah, it's his it's a big source of income, right?
right.
So it's like,
It's
if
yeah.
they
It's still a big source of income. I think his Patreon like jumped,
yeah,
I wouldn't be surprised.
which is kind of funny.
it's like when a singer dies and their albums sell more, right?
I know, right? Except they're alive and can reap the benefits.
It's-
But
That's
I
good. I
mean,
mean, yeah, good
I
for them.
mean,
Fucking fuck GW. Hey,
how
got
could you do that? Now I'm never gonna get my T-Sun book early.
you'd be staggered.
him. Now we'll never get our free box. Dang it.
Exactly. Why can you say that stuff?
It's okay. Just censor me out. Just censor me. It's okay.
I'll beep it out. Okay, it's fine.
Just beep it out. Don't beep the fuck though. Just beep the second part.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I mean, it's sad, but I'm just gonna say this, as controversial as it is, it's not GW's fault. It's GW's fault, and it's not, and it's Alpha Boost's fault, and it's not. You know,
Right, right. It's there's no single person to blame kind of thing.
Yeah, it's just a kind of a crummy situation.
Alpha
Yeah.
Boosta could have won the court cases, but he doesn't want to deal with the stress. Understandable.
Mhm.
Or he could have
Understandable.
waited, or he could have waited till GW said something.
I mean, he did say, you know, if GW's policies change, he will come back. Not immediately, but he will come back.
Mm-hmm.
And if that doesn't happen, he says he's just going to reskin the whole show, and then it'll just, you know, be an original IP.
Start
Right.
fresh, baby.
No, I don't think they're going to start fresh. I think they're just going to reskin. They'll probably
Yeah.
do like a couple episodes to reestablish the characters, but other than that,
Yeah, sorry. Visually start fresh.
yes.
Phrase that differently.
But yeah, it's kind of shitty. But I mean, that does fall into all the other fan animations out there, right? Who got absorbed into Warhammer Plus.
I mean, at the end of the day, right, to play the lawyer, you know, even though I'm not a lawyer, I mean, he was making a ton of money on that show, which is GW's IP, and it's a ton of money if you look at his Patreon, even before the Switch, and from YouTube views. So I definitely get with the fear of like, you know, GW's gonna come knocking, and you know, and they should, right? Like, as controversial as that is, like, it's their IP.
Yeah.
And you know, he's not some small time like fan animation channel, right, making cool stuff. Like, he's making a ton of money with TTS.
Right.
So it's definitely murky waters for him there.
Right. Well, it's just sad to, you know, see JW kind of go this route, though. A good comparison, in my opinion, is like Nintendo, right?
Mhm.
When you got all those fans making games, some that come to mind, Pokemon Uranium,
Crystal clear.
Metroid 2, some weird acronym, I don't remember what it's called. All those games, you know, well done, free online, and then, you know, Nintendo comes in and is like, shut it down, take it down, otherwise we'll sue you.
Keyword is free online. Well, I think I don't know. Are you guys subscribed to his Patreon? Does he have exclusive stuff there?
I am not a patron. The
Okay.
only thing I know is that you get the videos early, because I
Ah,
think right now the latest episode is up on their Patreon, but it's not up on YouTube right now. He did say he was going to release it on YouTube, but I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
As far as I know, it's just early. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm sure you get access to like their live streams and whatever. I mean, we could just look up the patron goals if we really wanted to.
Yeah.
But it just puts in perspective, right, of all the other fan animations out there. You got the Space Marine one. I can't remember what it's called right now. Astartes, yeah.
Astartes, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they were doing good, and then they got roped into the Warhammer Plus. Because, I mean, this is also the big thing, right? This is more to promote Warhammer Plus in the end. So, it's gonna it's gonna rub a lot of people the wrong way. So I totally understand how Alpha Boosa feels about this pretty archaic thing, and it's kind of shitty on GW to put something like this out there.
But
To,
that's copyright law, right? I mean, as much as I prefer, fans, like I think fans should just be able to make what they want, but that's
I
copyright
totally
law.
agree.
If you don't enforce it, you lose it. Thanks, Disney.
Yeah.
True.
But Travis earlier was saying that there's some kind of boycott going on because of this. I have not been following this news.
Yeah, I mean, it's like I don't know if it's not like an official or like, I don't think it's too big or whatever, but it's just like a bunch of people on the 40K Reddit and Facebook and some other stuff just talking about like they're just pissed off about it. And then the Emperor's Texas Beach device was a straw that pissed off enough people. So a bunch of people are, not trying to not visit their websites or order GW models and other stuff like that. Pirating the books and things, stuff like that. I mean,
I think Grim Dank shut down as well, and you can't
Yep.
post any
Yep.
memes and protests. Yeah.
Yeah, Grim Tank's all locked up. That's what Waha PD is for, people. Way ahead of you.
Yeah, well, I don't think anything will happen out of this boycott. I mean, let's be real here. The 40K fanboys, you don't have to go to this scale, but release a Primarch, everyone will forget. No one will care.
Yeah. Or if anything, like the pre-orders will last for like about 20 minutes longer with this lack of people buying stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, GW is unfortunately in a terrible hole already. At least for the 40K side. AOS, they seem to be doing pretty good because, I mean,
Yeah.
AOS doesn't seem to be selling out as fast as 40K, so there's not too much backlash in that department.
Right.
Yeah, slightly smaller community, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean,
Well,
model quality is a lot better.
Oh yeah, no.
Except
no,
for when we look at
there.
except when we look at Model Monday today. But other than that, God, what else is there? I mean, there's not too much more to talk about this. I mean,
did you see the?
There's no way ballot reports are being affected. I was going to point that out there because some people, there's a lot of talk about like, well, what about mini wargaming? It's like Games Workshop works very closely with, and by close, I don't mean like, when I say close, I mean they send them free stuff all the time. With stuff like mini wargaming, like Winter CEO, SEO, all those YouTube channels that do battle reports. So I don't think they're gonna ban the hammer there or throw the ban hammer there. It's because legally speaking, that's really hard to stand on because it's just you're just taking videos of yourself playing the game.
Yeah.
It's like that one YouTube channel of the guy reading the books.
Oh yeah, man, reads book. Yeah.
The guy just reads the books, and even that's tricky because like the book is copyrighted, like you can't upload files legally, right? But if I'm just reading the book ad lib or whatever, it's like, you know, stuff like that. It's and the guy's not making money out of it, so it's
Yeah.
it gets harder to enforce. So I will. Point being, rest assured, I don't think ballot reports are being affected in this way. So
I don't think Battle Approach would ever be affected, and that's way too hard to even copyright.
Yeah.
That would also have much bigger backlash too. Like people would be so pissed.
Yeah, and I don't know. I wouldn't think lore channels would be being affected either, so I'm pretty sure they're safe. And I mean, any parody videos out there would be safe. Granted, you'll have that looming threat of GW possibly getting you, but I highly doubt it.
Yeah.
So I honestly think a lot of people are safe. It's more of like those big budgeted animations and anything that could really compete with Warhammer Plus, and you're making money off of it, right?
Yeah.
That's who they have their eyes on. So yeah, Alpha Busa, the Texas Speech show, I'm sure they have their eyes on it, but legally they lose that battle no matter what.
Right.
Yeah.
Like I said, Alpha Busa just doesn't want to deal with that stress. And and that's completely understandable.
I agree.
But yeah, I don't know if there's any more depressing news around this fan-made stuff that you guys want to add to.
I think that's about it on the legal side there.
Yeah, well, coming from me, can't speak for John, can't speak for
Like a dick
Travis.
right now, but like, you guys know I don't like text to speech, right?
Oh,
So
I
my
know.
knee-jerk reaction when that happened was like, "Oh man, heck yeah!" I was so happy I bought some works.
Take this
I
protein.
enjoy the show.
Yeah, I mean, again, like if you enjoy it, you know, it's fun for what it is. Like, and you don't tell me that freaking Magnus is whatever, or like custodies have are naked like that. That's retcon.
Hey. Whoa, slow down.
Hey man, I just saw them
Just,
playing Yu-Gi-Oh, and I was like, okay, this is it. This is actual war.
well, yeah, this is the good stuff. This is the good stuff right here.
That's what they do, and all those stratagem cards, you're just playing Yu-Gi-Oh.
Exactly. There you go. See, you get it.
Flaneshmus will forever live on in my heart.
All right then. Well, we'll put it into that. I hope they come back soon, or at least work on a new project, which he said he will be working on other side projects. So I do look forward to that. But we can move on from this. On to the model news. So first thing we're gonna do is just look at what we can look forward to pre-ordering this week, which the Sunday preview, which is gonna be the Hexfire. I'm a little surprised. I'm not gonna lie. I thought Kill Team would be out before this. I thought this one was gonna be more late August, but here we are. We're getting it early August. Getting it on the 14th.
Yeah, dang quick.
Yes.
I mean, granted, they're not making ton of models or new sculpts.
Right.
I mean, so
Right. You.
they just like, yeah, open up a Zangor box and Terminator box, just throw that in there. All right.
Hey. Each of those little screamers on that little guy on the dude's base, those count.
But yeah, we are getting that. What did we say last week or last time we looked at this? How much did we say? Like $190, $200?
It's about right. $180, $190.
Probably about 180. I mean, before they were like 160, but they may just be charging more.
The screamers,
That-
man, and the little flames on the sword.
Oh yeah.
That increased it. That goes up like $20.
Actually, it's probably a dollar souls.
All right. Well, you could look that up.
I'll look it up while we
So,
guys talk about it.
what surprised me though is that we are actually getting Thousand Suns and Grey Knights codexes on the same day.
It's 170.
It's 170. Okay. Oh, there you go. So for that price, you get all that for 170. But yeah, like I was saying, I'm surprised we're gonna get the codexes at the same time. I'm surprised they're not gonna drag it out like they did with Piety and Pain.
Ooh, that's true.
They can't afford any more codex shenanigans after how pissed off everybody got about the orcs.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
crazy.
Well, I agree with that. I mean, you can argue Grey Knights are not, but I mean, Thousand Suns is a very small army, so it makes sense that they could be released with someone else.
Yeah.
I would say Grey Knights are a small army as well, but yeah, this makes sense. But at least 2 more armies are getting their book, and honestly, I think back in 8th edition, yeah, because that's when I got. That's when I kind of came back in after my break from my hobby job. Yeah, when they were starting to like release 2 codexes a month, that was great. It's a shame that they can't be doing that, for 9th.
Yeah, that was peak, baby, peak.
I mean, it
especially.
could be a COVID reason, but yeah, that was nice.
Well, I argue I was on board with the COVID reason, but then the more I thought about it, we're in the digital age. These books could be digital. Yes, I know people like the hardback books more because they like to have the physical stuff, but the digital books could come out anytime.
Right,
So
right.
the only thing that COVID could be doing is just the delaying of like rule writing for these books, right?
Right.
That's the only
And
thing.
release. Right.
At least that's how I rationalize it.
Yeah.
And they're just, I I feel these books could be out anytime.
Yeah, I agree.
So it's probably my opinions. It's probably why everyone's pissed off that their book hasn't come out yet.
Yeah. And also, I mean, it's like, imagine being able to update rules faster if it was all digital. It'd be amazing.
Well, I mean,
It's so
if
weird, man. Like, there's like no other game company that does that. It's really weird to me.
Yeah.
wait for a hardback and then release the
Oh,
digital
just
rules?
like update rules like online. Like even Legion, like the points are updated online, but the physical cards are physical. There's no like online database for them, or an official one at least. You'd think, they do that. Same for X-Wing. It's one of those things about the mini war game industry that's kind of bizarre to me that
Yeah.
I guess Privateer Press does it kind of. No, that's a lie. Privateer Press does do online rules. If you pay for their app, it's not for free. Yeah, most companies they don't do that. So
Yeah, well, I mean, you can get the digital rules here, but unfortunately, you have to buy the physical book to scan the QR code.
Best business decision ever.
It's so stupid, man.
Everybody loves it. Don't know what you're talking.
And now you gotta pay a subscription service for that as well. Which, granted, it's gonna be a lot better than paying for just the app, depending on how you see the Warhammer Plus situation. But yeah, it's weird. Again, good news is two codexes are finally coming out, so that's like two less armies on the list that need a book.
yes,
Yeah. Which is positive. And more people who can play with new rules. Oh yeah.
yes,
Well,
always a good.
hopefully change up the meta a little bit,
Yeah.
because the whole
Fuck.
40k meta is all messed up because we're always on one codex for like 2 or 3 months.
Yeah, because even if the ninth codexes are balanced for each other, which it seems that they kind of are. Um, the release schedule being what it is just making it feel like it's not. You know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, because uh, your army doesn't have one Tyranids, you know, or
Right.
or well, orcs just got their book, so not
Chaos. I mean, I'm mainly a
Chaos
Chaos Marine
Marines.
player. Yeah, like one sad face, one wound.
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah, I forgot about that too. So
Fucking big
it's
sad.
it's all those armies that haven't gotten a book that feel really hated after
Yeah. But
3 months of
don't.
Dark Eldar, 3 months of Admech.
It's all good though, John. They got rid of being able to, soup warp time and stuff together. So
Oh, dude, there you
it's all good.
go. Five LVO just because of that. No.
Uh,
Oh,
moving
so
on.
good.
I've got the dice, and I must say, every faction I pick, I get screwed on the dice, man. See the Grey Knight dice. I don't like it's a little bit like too blended with the dots,
Oh
but
yeah.
I like that style, and I just wish they had applied it to my T Sun dice.
Yeah.
And it's just solid teal with yellow. And it's like, man,
That's okay. It'll be like
this is just like my
$40.
Dark Eldar dice.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, rant over. We'll move it on. Data cards, standard. Don't think I'd pick any of this up, honestly. But that's that. Blood Bowl. Yeah, we'll just skip over that. And Forge World. uh, this is Lord of the Rings, right?
Yes. What are these guys? I didn't even read this. They are.
Garrison
Warriors
of
of Dale.
Dale.
The Garrison of Dale, whoever Dale is.
He's a powerful king, I'm sure.
No, it's a city in The Hobbit. You freaking losers.
My God, what a nerd! I can't believe you
Is
know
that where
this.
is that where Lando Calrissian betrays Han Solo, or
God. That's where
hate you?
where Voldemort just like 1v1s with like Godzilla. It's great.
Oh.
Yeah, these guys are watching at the sidelines.
Being the
Villain.
Garrison of Dale.
It's so random. And again, the 30K player in me, it's just like, why are you releasing this? Even the Lord of the Rings people, because I play Lord of the Rings and I'm in some Facebook groups and they're like, this is so random. No one asked for this. Like, where's like my plastic, like Nazgul on foot, right? Which hasn't happened yet. And we get these random Knights of Dale from, the freaking Hobbit. Like, why?
Yeah, it's a strange choice. Granted, all my knowledge comes from the movies, but so I don't know anything about these guys. But yeah, it's kind of weird.
Fun fact: these are all movies. Like, Games Workshop only has rights to the movies. Not like if something's in the book and not in the movie, then that I think Tolkien. Speaking of IP laws, like I think the Tolkien estate owns that, so they can't touch it.
Oh, that's hysterical.
So
Love
funny.
it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Them, Knights of Dale.
Knights of Dale. There you go.
That's all.
Go play with your little Knights of Dale that no one asked for. But yeah, that's this week's pre-orders.
Yeah, some Black Library books.
True. I got the Long Vigil, some Death Watch book.
Ooh, and the Darkness in the Blood coming out. It's actually pretty hype.
That's you, right? Your Blood Angels.
Love it.
Sanguinor simp right here.
I mean, yeah.
Infinite and Divine. Actually, this book like made me believe in Xeno's books again.
Infinite and the Divine.
Yeah, because I
Very
thought
good.
Xeno books are just like all terrible, and this is a really good one.
Nice.
Well,
Let's check it out then.
It's not written by the guy who does all the Eldar books, so
True.
I think we're good. Trust me, man.
Anybody who touches anything Eldar, just stay away.
I mean,
Like-
I get why the Eldar are like so boring because they always think they're perfect and whatnot. It's like, oh my God, they're so boring.
Mm-hmm.
I think the only one I've enjoyed was the Jane Czar one, and that was about it.
You got to finish the next. You got to finish Penitent.
I'll finish that. I'm working through it.
It's gonna
But
be a good one.
yeah, there's that. I'm gonna check this book out though. I've got some Audible tokens to spend through, so definitely pick this one up. But we can go on to Model Monday that they've never gotten rid of, which is even more dragons. Because last week we got the big dragons, and now we got baby dragons. I mean, these are not that big, and I'm not gonna lie, not very impressive.
I mean, I think they're sizable. Like that guy up there is like Terminator size, probably bigger than Terminators, slightly bigger. Custody size. There we go. So,
Wow.
these look way better than the other dragons from last week, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I think I like the bigger dragons than this. I think because I don't like Custodies, Terminators riding on dragons. It
Fair.
just looks
That's
weird.
That's fair.
It is pretty strange. Yeah.
I'm looking at the two of them, and maybe it's just how they're posed, but they look so stupid. Maybe if it was just the dragons, I think it'd be passable for me. But you put those Sigmarines on there, holy shit! This looks so like a clown.
Well, it's just like, how are you gonna do battle on the back of a dragon?
Like the dragon does all the work, and then you just poke people with your stick. Come on now.
Yeah.
That's why they
feel
got
like
the
you just
lances.
I feel like you get pulled off. I feel like you have to be like super glue your ass on there. But anyways. Magnets.
They will get super glued on there.
I think these are cool. I think if you like Stormcast, you'll like these. I like Stormcast. And I think these are cool. I'm not as hyped as some people I know about these. Like Will loves this. some of our buddies who are playing Stormcast love this model. I'm like, cool. I do like just the dragon. Every time I look at these, I kind of block out the Stormcast riding it just because the dragons are so cool to me. Just the dragon.
Yeah.
Yeah, the dragon's fine. It's when you put the rider on it, it's when it looks silly. In my opinion.
Goof City.
Yeah, I
I
like the
do hope
dragons.
more dragons for other factions, even though there are already a lot of dragons for other factions. So
Oh, we're still waiting for the Dark Elf. We're still waiting for Malekith to get his dragon. Not
he's a
all,
dragon. So.
not all serpenty. Well then, that's that. That's the new model Monday for the important game. John hates me, and he wants to talk about this. It's a Bloodborne model, or not Bloodborne, Blood Bowl model. Why? Why are we talking about this, John?
So I just want to point this out because this guy, a skill from whatever, he's an Age of Sigmar model,
Wait, let me pull
and
that
he's in
model up.
Resin. He's in Finecast, and he got a resculpt in Blood Bowl. Like, what? Like, even if I like Blood Bowl, I'm like, that's really weird. Like, why not just give him an Age of Sigmar model?
Because they wanted to go cartoon as fuck with it, which they did.
True.
He has socks, which is like okay. But yeah, just weird decision making. This is even weirder than the IP thing, in my opinion. Like, why would you do this?
Well, because I mean, there's only so much they can pull from the original world, right?
That's true.
Granted, I'm sure there's tons and tons of things they can grab, but why not just steal something from AOS and just put it in and be like, yeah, it's always been here. It's a corn demon, whatever. You'll believe it.
This is Korn's release for 2021.
Oh, there you go.
Sorry, world leaders, yout.
Sorry,
Yeah,
Angron.
Oh.
But yeah, we were in the middle of sculpting you, and then we're like, just crumpled up your model clay, and then this is what we made. Oh man, it's so bad. I hate Blood Bowl.
It's
Just-
super goofy.
Just looking at these models hurts me.
I just
think-
like. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say the socks. I just don't get the socks. They're just so fucking. They're so fucking weird.
So easy to make him like an Age of Sigmar. Like, if okay, like let's say this model comes out, right, and it's like, oh cool, plastics, Skilla for my corn army for AOS. Cool, I'll just remove the elf, glue him to the floor. Yeah, socks on.
Oh,
Like, yep, not happening.
oh, okay.
It keeps his little feet warm,
Soak up the blood of his victim.
There you go.
So yeah,
Gosh.
as he steps in the blood, he can take those socks off and just drench himself with the blood.
Ah.
Because he's a sick freak like that.
Some Fairly Odd Parents lemonade stand shit.
Oh, there you go.
There you go. But yeah, that's that. Are we done talking about this? Because I really want to move on.
Yes, we're done talking about it.
Oh, thank God. All right. And then the last thing, GW wise, that we'll be talking about is the a little news on the Grey Knights and Thousand Sun Colts. The big news, obviously, being that Grey Knights are getting brotherhoods now. 8, if I recall.
Sounds right.
Did you happen to take a look at any of these, Travis, or hear
I looked at
anything?
I looked at all the brotherhoods themselves. I didn't actually read the article though.
Oh well, you don't need to read the article. I'm asking about the brotherhoods.
Oh yeah.
Anything stand out?
The turn off auras seems cool. That sounds pretty spicy. The what's the other one with the +1 to wound for vehicles?
But Grey Knights don't have that many vehicles, right?
Well, like that on the Dread Knights, because Dread Knights are vehicles, right? They're not monsters.
They are monsters, I believe. They are
Oh,
not.
really?
Yeah, they are not.
Oh.
They are not
Oh.
vehicles.
Well, then never mind. Everything is bad. But the
Yeah,
reroll,
'cause-
the no auras one is pretty good. Pretty good.
Yeah, because I was watching a video when going over the Brotherhoods a little bit, and they're like, and unless the Dread Knight gets a keyword change, this does not affect the Dread Knights.
Interesting.
I see. Which maybe it might, because other than that, all they have is what they have a single dreadnought and what like Razorbacks and Land Raider. I think.
I would
They
assume
have
they
the
have.
ships, the Storm Raven. Well, who knows?
Oh,
Who knows what they'll give them in the Codex? We don't know, right?
that's true. That's true.
Might add more stuff.
True.
Think.
All I know is the Fatal Precognition ones sounds like pure uncut smelly dog shit.
Which one's that?
It's the one where it's 12-inch range, and then if the enemy, if you cast on an enemy unit, if they move, advance, or fall. Oh, I get if does it proc each time? Oh, each time. Okay, never mind. That's not that bad. It's pretty good. So normal move. If they move, advance, or fall back every time, you roll a die on a 4 to 5 to take D3 mortal wounds, on a 6 to take 3. Okay. Each time, not so bad. That's pretty good. But still 12-inch range is meh.
Yeah.
So shutting off aura is probably the best one then. From your
In a vacuum with no other context of the codex, that's one I like the most. Yes.
it seems very situational though.
Yeah.
Imagine putting that on Morty. That would be great.
That'd be freaking gross.
Cancel Morty's ability to turn off auras. And bless all
Cancel.
that other crap.
Yeah, cancel his auras to turn off auras.
Yeah, that'd be amazing. I would want that.
Yeah, and I mean, like, on like current AdMac and stuff, like shut down the auras that you get on like a 20-man block of Rangers. Like that's pretty good.
But then you got to read the Goonhammer article explaining what auras are. It's like this really long article. It's defined like what's an aura.
Mm-hmm.
Well, first off, it says auras, but not everything says auras. So
Yeah.
I'll chart.
I gotta consult the chart.
It's always gonna be very complicated on stuff. Because that's 40k in a nutshell. Everything's got to be complicated as soon as the new edition goes on.
Yep.
Oh no. I guess I was wrong. Nemesis Dread Knight. No, I was right. It's not. It's not a vehicle.
Darn.
It's a shame.
Rip.
It could be though.
Oh no, here it is.
What?
A vehicle right there. Never mind. It's right there, hidden between the text. Couldn't see it.
But it's a vehicle.
It is a vehicle, so I guess it is good.
Okay, well then there you go. That's pretty good. That's
Yeah.
pretty good. It's not so bad.
Yeah, well, I can talk on the T-Sun stuff, but I only have this article, so I didn't get to look at everyone else's. Cult of Time, the one I use primarily, got nerfed, sadly. It went up in casting value, so now it's a 6+, and it only brings back one model. Back in the old codex, it used to bring back D3 models if you rolled a 9+, which makes sense that they would do this, right? Because casting that on Terminators, being lucky enough to get 3 Terminators back would be stupid. Still, getting a guy back is good, but yeah, this it did get nerfed, unfortunately, which is sad. The other one, Cult of Knowledge. Trying to remember what this one is. Reroll ones. It's okay. I think it went up in casting value as well. I think it was a 5+, now it's a 6+, but it just seems to be the trend.
Yeah.
It's okay. I mean, I'm trying to remember. Does Magnus allow rerolls to wound?
I don't believe so. I think he's just reroll
To hit, right?
reroll to hit. Yeah.
So, if you
And
want,
psychic powers. And psychic.
oh, so yeah, I know it was a psychic ones. I just didn't know if it was to hit as well. So I guess if you want rerolls to 1 or to wound of 1, uh, this is your best bet, I guess. Not too great, unfortunately, in my opinion. And then the last one we got here is the target a psyker, and their next psychic they are -2 on their cast, or +2, and they suffer a
Oh.
mortal wound. This got buffed, but it's still pretty bad because it got buffed in that now it can be targeted against like brotherhoods, whereas before it was just a character psyker.
Oh, okay.
So now that this can target brotherhoods, it'll be really effective against T-Suns and Grey Knights and Craft Worlds, I guess.
Yeah.
But it's very situational in the end. And I mean, the fact that it only does one mortal wound is kind of eh. So,
Yeah.
not. And this one didn't change. This one's caster value 5. So it's kind of whatever. I'm upset because of my. Like I said, I like to run the time cult. And no longer getting 3 models is sad. But whatever. We all knew it was coming.
Yeah, especially with the inevitable more wounds on your termies. That'd be really gross.
More wounds on the Termes, more wounds on the normal Space Marine.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's all I know, because like I said, all I have is this article. I didn't look on any other websites at the other 5 cults, I want to say, or the other 3 cults. I can't remember if it was 7 or 8.
It's so interesting. It's like I know they want to keep it, like themey because they're psychic armies and stuff, but it's just like I mean, we'll have to see in the context of the book once it comes out. But it's like AdMech pay what, like 40 points, and then upgrade it with a little relic or a 20-point upgrade or something, and then they get a dude that's with a big old aura of reroll ones to hit and to wound, and it's like this is like you gotta cast fucking psychic power and only in this specific like cult or whatever. I don't know. It's so weird. Such weird design, in my opinion.
Well, I mean, that's kind of why I was hoping Thousand Suns would get like a Chaos Lord kind of deal, right?
Yeah.
Because the only HQs we have is the Demon Prince, which is you know, expensive, especially for the Thousand Suns. I think they changed it at the end of 8th edition where they kind of made everyone's Demon Prince expensive.
Mm-hmm.
And that's about it, because the other heroes are all just sorcerers who don't give any buffs except for Arimon, right?
Yep.
And I mean, obviously he's going to be an auto include, because who doesn't want a psyker that's good, plus 1 to cast and fast and allows rerolls to hit of 1s, I think. It's been a long time since I played my Thousand Suns. But I mean, that's why I wanted a Chaos Lord. So we have a cheaper option.
Yeah, like a generic lord.
Yeah. I mean, it's cool. I've grown a little bit on the Infernal Master, but it's not really what I wanted. But it's whatever. We'll have to wait and see how this book turns out. Because this is going to be out in next
2 weeks,
next
right?
Saturday. Yep, 2 weeks,
Yeah.
14th.
That's crazy. That's hype.
Probably get leaked by the weekend though, so during the weekend.
Now, do you guys think that Grey Knights are going to get like a big power boost and be pretty dang solid like the last time they got a book? Or do you think T-Suns are going to come up and be the big dog next? Or neither?
Well, I mean, okay.
It's hot take time.
If I take your scenario and just compare the two, I think Grey Knights are gonna come out on top. Because no one, you could probably confirm this better than me, because you follow the tournament scene a lot more. No one runs Rubric Marines. No one. Now, will they be better with 2 wounds and all that? Maybe, but I mean, they're going up to 23 points, so
Expensive.
Yeah, it's very expensive. The only thing anyone ever ran from the Thousand Sun Codex, again, correct me if I'm wrong, was Magnus and Arimon. Maybe the Zangor bomb after it got nerfed, but when they went up 1 point, Zangor bomb was unplayable. No one played that anymore.
Yeah.
So I mean, there was only 2 models that anyone ever really played with, and that was, like I said, Arimon, a Demon Prince, and Magnus.
In the days of the Supreme Command attachment.
Yeah, I don't know how they've been doing in 9th edition because I haven't really played them since the beginning of 9th. So back almost a year ago.
Mm-hmm.
But I would say the Grey Knights will be better, especially if they have that stupid ability to be able to shoot in the psychic phase.
Ignore line of sight. It's so gross.
Yeah,
I love it.
I would say they are. In grand scheme of things, no, I think Thousand Suns would be bottom tier. They'll be near the bottom because I feel like they're missing a lot of things that make other armies great. Again, I'm just going off from what I know right now. I don't have the book, so I don't know if to get anything good. And I think Grey Knights would be slightly above average. Yeah, I would say they're slightly above average.
Okay.
That's my hot take. I don't know how you would feel. You're the competitive man.
I mean, no, that's what I'm feeling will happen. I hope T-Suns are really good, but yeah, I feel like that's exactly what's going to happen. T-Suns will be middling to low end, and then Grey Knights will be middling to high end, depending on what happens.
I think T-Suns are going to be top of the pack because they're going to have some random stratagem like that's in like the forgotten corner of the codex that are just busted, and then just going to like delete 20-man blob 1 CP. Just like
I mean,
make
it could
Magnus
happen.
untargetable for 3 turns.
there you go. Yeah. I will not be surprised. I mean, I'm half joking. Like, who knows what kind of crazy thing they're going to have.
If you built Magnus with the horns on his nipples, he is unkillable for the duration of the game.
Bam. Yeah.
I mean, it could happen, but we will never know because someone had to insult GW at the start of the stream, so we're not getting that early codex.
Hey man, I stand by what I said. Down with the establishment.
Yeah. Well, that's all GW news. Unless any of you want to put something in there before we move on to the other model news.
More codex says EA. I mean, it's always a good thing, I think.
Of course.
Yep.
We want more. All right, then. We can move on to the next thing. John posted these German models.
Yes.
Got some Star Wars. Got this spider droid thing. I don't know what any of their names are, so I'm just gonna use descriptive words.
It's literally called the spider droid.
All right, cool. So I got it right. Got the spider droid. Got some specialist robot.
Oh, that's the super battle droid commander.
Super battle droid commander.
With the Flammenwerfer.
And then we got the Grievous bodyguards. Are these not models already?
No, not yet. Now they will be.
Those are sick.
I love these models. I've always loved these movie guys. Too bad they get taken out like punks, but
There were other previews, but they're all Wookiees, and I don't care about Wookiees. So Wookiees are coming out if you guys care. But yes,
Damn Wookiee suppressionist.
can't believe you're suppressing the Wookiees like this.
Yeah, dude.
General
F-Wookie.
Grievous.
F
Wookiees.
He's cool. Everyone else sucks.
I kind of wish Will was here because isn't he the droid guy?
Yeah, he is a droid player.
I wonder what his opinions are. I guess I'll have to get it next time he's on.
These are super cool.
Yeah, these look nice.
Bazooka, so sick.
Yeah, I always like these guys. I always like the Star Wars Legion, how to build them because they're so simple. Oh, I didn't tell John this. So you know how I bought those snow troopers?
Uh
Yeah, I got one my snowtrooper commander came with 2 torsos and no legs.
huh. Oh no. Oh
So
no.
Got 2 Lieutenant Dans.
I gotta figure out a way to 3D print some legs or something. It's so
I think I
sad.
somewhere.
Hey, if you got something, I'd appreciate it. But yeah, sad story. But yeah, those models are so easy to build. I love it because a lot of them are just like push fit.
Pieces.
Yeah.
So not really any glue involved except gluing them to the base.
I mean, the newer ones are on sprue, but they're still easier to build. There's barely any bits,
Mm,
just come as is, which is super cool.
yeah.
For context, because I don't know, because I'm bad at remembering. How big is the spider droid?
Oh, it's like land speeder sized.
Okay, so it's
Yeah. And if Marines were like the standard infantry, like it would be like a land speeder.
okay, so it's like light
You think the
vehicle.
buggy
Nice,
legs.
nice. Okay, that's sick.
Yeah, these are nice models. Of course, don't expect anything less from Fantasy Flight, right?
Yes, yes.
Big love for Fantasy Flight.
Not their models aren't as detailed, but
Get the job done.
Yeah.
it gets
Something
the
just
job done, and it's inexpensive, so it's a lot more friendly to get into.
yes.
Unlike GW.
Man, speaking of like just like community drama, so all this thing is happening with GWIP, so obviously people are like, oh, like FGW, let's go to the other companies, see what else is out there. And freaking the company that owns Legion, they fired like the lead developer for no reason. It's like, what the hell? There's more drama going on. So
Sick.
it's
Seems to be drama all over the
like, come on,
gaming
guys.
community.
Zinch is with us.
And of
Fates.
course, if you go to the forums, the Facebook groups, like all the people are like, "Yep, see, this game is going down the drain." So my GW is killing it. It's like, oh my god, grass is greener, friends. Grass is greener.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Well, these are nice models,
Yes, they are.
but I don't really have too much to say about it. Other than that,
Yeah, it exists. It's cool. I'm picking some up. Other games exist other than Warhammer. Check them out.
it's true. I'm still waiting for my Kickstarter for Shadows of Brimstone, Viking and Conquistador edition, but that's not till like September, November. If
Well,
I
it's got
recall.
conquistadors, so you'll never see it coming.
As long as I don't accept the blankets, I should be okay.
Yeah, you should be.
I got stars from board gaming. Yay!
Let's go.
But if that's that, we can just go straight into hobby rants because I know Travis has a meeting soon.
Yes.
So let's
Rant away.
let's just go into hobby rants. Let's start off with Travis because it's been so long. What have you up to, man?
Hobby wise, I've been piecing. Well, I guess I don't know if this counts as hobbying because it's not physically building the models, but I've been doing a lot of workshopping my corn list, my Chaos Space Marines. Trying to make a
What do you mean by
huh?
workshopping?
Like just messing around with the list. So like again, this is not actual hobbying. This is just list
The
making.
list. Sorry.
Purely list making. Yeah, yeah. I was looking into trying to get a Land Raider Achilles because I'm a dirty bandwagoner. But model's out of print. Can't actually get one. I couldn't even find one on the vendor who shall not be named site that I use for my definitely legal model purchasing.
You want to explain why is this Achilles in such high demand?
If you I wouldn't say super high, but the Lone Star Open was what last weekend?
I couldn't tell you. I don't
Yeah,
follow the tournament scene.
yeah, last weekend, Lone Star Open, the Frontline Gaming ITC event. I think it was like 160 players. But the guy who came in ninth place, Wyatt, was running a list with 2 Lords of Skulls. So you can see where I'm coming from here. and a Land Raider Achilles, which is 340 points, T8, 16 wounds. It's the only Land Raider that comes with an invuln, 5-up invuln, but it's got the mortar gun on the front, which is the exact same as the called
Demolisher.
Thunderfire cannon.
Oh, Thunderfire cannon. Okay.
Equivalent. So it's like 43 shots, ignore line of sight, strength 4, AP 0, damage 1, or it's got like a direct fire, like crack missile one. But it's got 2 quad meltas on it. So it's outputting 8 melta shots as well for 340 points. Pretty spicy. And then some chosen and some buff characters, and it's all Iron Warriors. So it's basically just a big, like, it's basically just like a weird knight list. So I thought it was really cool. And he came 9th place with it, which is really good considering.
How
all
many
the,
how many people? If you know.
How many people?
Yeah.
At the tournament was 160.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So yeah, pretty good showing. But I was just like, oh, that's pretty cool. I was like, I'd run that. So I was just looking to maybe get into one, buy one, and can't even get it from Forge World. Don't make it anymore.
Yeah,
Sad
well,
days.
we don't support Forge World here. Come on now.
Oh, I never would, but it's just interesting that it's completely out of print. Went out of print like a year and a half ago, I think. Craziness.
People knew. People were waiting.
Yeah, man. I didn't get in fast enough.
So this is why you should stout your Tau and like craft world armies now, because they're gonna be OP when their codexes come out.
Oh, don't you worry. My craft worlder. I stocked those up at the beginning of 2020, right when the corona hit.
Dude, there
Just,
you go.
just sitting and waiting.
While people are like finishing up their Skitari blobs and their orc cords, bam, craft worlds. Back to
Yeah.
7th edition. Let's go.
I have my full Wraith army because one day it'll be good. One day it'll be good.
I've got all my aspect warriors. One day it'll be good. Again.
Yeah.
And then I'll be proud to run them on the table. My first
be,
army I ever painted. I'm ashamed, really, to bring them out.
Deny all claims of being a dirty meta chaser with your all striking scorpions army because all your models are 300 years old. Be like, I've released this before you were born, boy.
There you go.
Yeah.
Like, this paint isn't being sold anymore.
my whole army being metal. It's great. I love it. So that's it. Just some list building.
Yeah, basically it.
Well, hopefully you'll be available Wednesday. Maybe we'll get some games in.
And work.
What about you, John? What did you like to?
Slow hobby for me. I'm trying this technique. Well, not technique. This like painting style my friend's doing that's working for him, where I just paint one model at a time instead of batch painting. Because I'm painting some assault marines for my 30k Blood Angels, but I'm using the Death Company models, which if you guys have ever owned Death Company, they're super detailed. They have a lot of stuff on them. So I'm just like, oh gosh, I want to batch paint like a billion purity seals and a billion like blood vials and a billion random skulls on their e-pads. So I'm just like working on like one marine a day, and it's been working well so far. I'm getting some marines done, and I think seeing them complete has helped out with some motivation to painting. So there's that. I built some dire wolves for vampires for Age of Sigmar, and it's kind of just a lot of slow hobbying for this week.
Yeah, it's funny you mentioned that painting a day thing because that's how I got back into painting actually, and that's how I basically completed my Dark Eldar and my Tau army. Back when we were doing Escalation League, I was just paint a model a day, and it just really helped the momentum.
Yeah, because it adds up, Eventually, after like 5 days, that's like it's 5 models is not insignificant.
Yeah, and I mean, I know you're a fast painter, so you could probably get all that stuff. You could probably batch paint and get all that stuff done in no time, but it does help the morale, the mindset to get everything done if you do it like a day.
See it all complete and beautiful.
Exactly.
John, I have a question. Did you buy any of the new Blood Knights?
Oh, dude, I have 10. I finished 5 actually.
Nice.
They're super good.
Yeah, hell yeah. Those models are so fucking sick.
They're so cool because they have this ability where if they're in combat, they could no, actually no, they have this ability where even if they're in combat, if they're not in combat, they could move over models and they deal more wounds because they're trampling. The
Woohoo.
way it's worded, which they confirmed, I think the FAQ confirmed or whatever, but or maybe the new rules confirmed it when the edition came out that it doesn't count as a normal move, so you could do that in combat and still charge.
Oh my gosh,
They're
that's
like damage when they charge,
that's
so
bonkers.
knights are very spicy.
Sounds pretty
Sick.
broken.
Good. It fits the model. God, they just look so good, bro. So good.
Yeah,
They were always good looking models, even back in the metal days.
Yeah, $80 for like 2 of them or whatever
actually
the
didn't
fuck.
mind trying. Kind of wanted to get some of the old ones because they're cool for just like having alternate sculpts, but they're always also and like $90.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
were like $100 for 5 of them. It was ridiculous.
So crazy.
It's back in the day, though.
Back in the day.
Yeah, well, for me, it's just been slowly working on Night Haunt, really.
Oh,
Haven't
nice.
been too motivated to get my Dark Eldar painted because I want to run Hellions, but GW is always sold out. And then when I go onto like Amazon and eBay, Hellions are selling for like $60. I'm like,
What the hell?
on the main store, they're selling on the Warhammer store, they're selling for like $40. I'm like, I want that. I want that right there.
Oh yeah.
But they're never in stock. I've been searching for like the last 2 months for the Hellions. And GW just won't put them in stock.
Yeah.
Making it works, dude. That's what the factories are churning.
True. But yeah, hopefully if it's not blazing, which I think it's gonna be like 97 on my normal gaming day. I highly doubt we're gonna be getting any games in, but
Yeah.
we'll wait and see. Maybe it'll cool down. But that's everything. Everything on my end, at least. And I know Travis has got to go soon, so I think we can just wrap it up here.
Sure.
Travis, welcome back. It's good to have you back.
Pleasure to be back. Thank
You
you for
have
having
been
me.
missed.
Yes, it's been good. It's been good.
I know.
My first time back shitting. Yeah.
I know Will be disappointed that he didn't get to see you.
I know. I gotta see Will sometime. I gotta make it on for an episode with him.
He's always like, "So am I gonna meet anyone else on the cast?" I'm like, "Well, he's usually out filming, so it's hard to get him on."
My girlfriend lives in Canada. Sorry.
But it's good to have you on, and then everyone else who made it to the end, thank you. And oh wait, I forgot to mention this is our 50th episode, guys. We did it.
Yeah.
We made it to the big
Look at us
50,
now, Mom.
which is so basically we've been doing this for about a year.
Yep.
Should be 52 would be the year, but I mean there's like 2 weeks that we didn't do anything, so.
Right.
But yes, big celebration.
Woo.
Hopefully more to come to the channel, other than just podcasts. Now that things are getting relatively back to normal, and then the Delta hit, and then we're going back to somewhere else. But we'll see what happens. So for everyone who made it to the end, thank you, and we'll catch you next time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Bye bye.
Peace.